All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak Wadash, giving double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and a hearty shalom to the Lord's hopeful elect that is scattered abroad the four winds of the earth. Just going to get right into it. You see the title of the lesson, Israelites Are Scattered, okay? And what you're looking at is a group by the name of Monophonics. And you could see by their visage, their outward appearance, they look like Edomites, right? But what we're going to do is we're going to break this thing down through the spirit, and we're going to use this group, Monophonics, and another group by the name of Bad, Not Good, as an illustration to prove that our people are scattered amongst all nations, you know, not just Edomites, okay, but really throughout all nations, okay? And if you have the spirit to receive it, Lord's will, you'll be edified, you know, because there's gonna come a point where, and you know, we're in that period now where, you know, more of our people are going to come up to the camps, but they're not going to look like a traditional Israelite. So, you know, with videos like this, it may help to give those, you know, those Israelites the confidence that they need to, you know, ask the right questions and get involved with the ministry. All right. So like I said, this is the first group here is called Monophonics. All right. And like I said, by their appearance, you know, you would figure that they're Edomites. All right. What we're going to do is we're going to sample one of their songs. All right. And, you know, we're going to kind of go into the precepts and break this thing down, you know, and let's just go ahead and start with the first song. And, you know, brothers might want to adjust their volume depending on what device you are on, okay? So we're just going to listen to a few seconds of this, get a feel for it, and then go into the precepts.
Where you been? What you been to? Seemed like you were gone. I found a clue. You've been lying in my
So you could already hear, man, the passion and the immense amount of talent within this group, all right? And that's extremely important because the Lord, all right, we know if brothers want to go ahead and listen to the whole song, you know, here it is, Monophonics. The name of the song is Deception, so you can enjoy the rest of the song if you would like. But again, we're just using this to illustrate the fact that Israel has been scattered throughout the four winds of the earth, and they're not going to always look like a traditional Israelite. And that's extremely important in terms of this ministry. So the first thing that we're going to do, okay, before listening to the other group, is go into the book of Deuteronomy 14:2. And it says, "For thou art an holy people unto Yahweh thy power, and the Lord hath chosen thee," right? And we are the chosen, okay? Out of all the nations, the Lord chose the Israelites to be his people, okay? To be his sons. We are his sons. He is our power. There is no other nation on the planet that can claim that. That is also extremely important because we are the next rulers, okay? The kingdom of heaven is the kingdom of the Israelites. So that's why that is extremely important to understand, all right? And we're building currently, through the power and spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, the tabernacle of David that has fallen. Okay, and what do you know about David? David hated his enemies with perfect hatred, okay, according to the spirit of the Lord. All right, and David was at war with Edomites and many other nations. So there's going to come a time where these heathens, actual heathens, all right, are going to be subject to our rule, all right, where we're going to rule in perfection and complete righteousness. And that's going to be the standard on the earth, okay? The law, statutes, and commandments. So we are the chosen, all right? We are the Israelites, okay? Yasha Allah, Prince of the power. We are the princes of the power, okay? And our people, all right, have been mingled amongst the other nations, and we're going to go into the prophecy because that is prophecy, all right? So it says, for thou art an holy people unto Yahweh thy power, and the Lord hath chosen thee to be a peculiar people unto himself. Now, what's very interesting about this word, and we're going to get it, all right, real quick. Let's see, did I go by it? If that one, how people chosen and peculiar. Here we go. Sagala in the Hebrew, meaning possession, property. Right, because we ultimately are the property of the Lord. Now here it says valued property, right? Peculiar treasure. Now here's the most important thing, okay, to understand about us as a people. And we're going to go right here with the definition for peculiar. We're going to go to 2. It says peculiar, special, right? Now under similar, okay, or a synonym for particular or peculiar is distinctive. Now we have been made separate from all the other nations, okay? And even in this weakened condition, our people possess immense amounts of talent and ability. That's why really the world in of itself is always emulating Israel, because we have a very distinct, okay, and distinguishable spirit as opposed to the heathen nations. Now remember the definition here? What did it say? It said valued property. See, the Lord called us sons. The Lord called us above all the rest. What did the Lord qualify the heathen as? Nothing and less than nothing. So they're of no value. This is why we can do something and then the whole world wants to emulate it, because there is value in the things that we do. And the nations, whether they admit it or not, okay, observe that and then want to emulate it, okay? And that's in entertainment, whether it's music, okay, that's in the boxing. We are a very talented, strong, unique, and peculiar people unto the Lord. And the nations, they see that and they want to be like us, man. That's what it ultimately comes down to. The envy of the Edomite and the envy of these other nations is that they want to be like us because of that very, okay, peculiar spirit that the Lord gave to us. Okay, and then you see here, valued property. Yeah, we're valued property of the Most High. And you could see it within our characteristics and our ability and our spirit. All right. So that's that there. And with that, we're going to go into the next group. Now, here's another example, okay, where this group, they look just like Edomites, man. They look just like Edomites. Now, I haven't personally gone and checked out each and every single one of these individuals' backgrounds, but I don't really think that's necessary, you know, just gauging everything in the spirit. And we just broke down what the word peculiar is and how the world emulates us. We're known as the salt of the earth, okay? We're what gives the world its flavor. So the fact that we dominate sports and boxing and music and other facets of life, the world is looking up to us to be like us in many different ways. And you could see it because, again, the Lord gave us that distinguishable spirit. Now, ultimately, the salt, okay, really represents the knowledge, wisdom, truth, and understanding, because that's going to be the new standard whereby the world is going to have to live, all right? You know, going a little deeper on the salt of the earth, because the Israelites are coming into power and they're going to govern the earth in righteousness, and that's going to be the new standard. And see, that's what the nations are going to emulate then. See, right now, the world, they want to emulate our people in terms of their abilities, okay? Whether it's basketball, whether it's boxing, okay, whether it's music. Right now, they want to emulate that aspect of Jake. But in the kingdom, they're going to want to emulate us, okay, in terms of the law, because they're going to be, okay, in that position of where we are now. See, we're in our weakened state. We're subject to the flesh, right? But when we're in the kingdom, we're going to be perfect, and the nations are going to be in the state that we are now, right? Because they're going to be weak, all right? But anyways, I believe the point was made there. So we're going to listen to a little bit of this group, and then we're going to get into some more of the precepts, okay? And then we're going to close, because this is not going to be a long lesson. It's straight to the point. What we're illustrating here is how our people have been scattered, and it's easy to spot our people from the rest of the other nations because our people have a very distinguishable spirit, a very peculiar spirit, to where we stand out from among the crowd, okay? We possess an immense amount of talent opposed to the rest of the other nations, man. The nations are bland, right? They're spittle. They're considered to be a drop of the bucket, okay? The Lord said that they're a dust of the balance. You drop dust on a balance, it's not going to even move because they don't equate to us. So for the guys that are naysayers and saying, oh, well, you know, the culture vulture this and blah, 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 you know, it would behoove you to be more spiritual in your assessment, okay, because a lot of our people are not going to look like traditional Israelites who are going to come up to the camps, and it's up to us to gauge their spirit. As a matter of fact, before we play this group, we're going to go to 1 John 4:1, because ultimately I'm using this as an illustration for something more spiritual, which is that our people, all right, are going to want to know what the truth is. And you can't, necessarily judge according to the way that they look and deny them the truth because of the way they look, man. All right. And you got a lot of guys that do that now. All right. And you got to teach according to the words of the Most High, irregardless to how you personally feel. We're responsible for teaching the entire gospel. And this is a big part of the gospel. OK, the scattering of our people, the bringing in of the nation of the Israelites from among the nations. It's a big part of our gospel. So this is 1 John 4:1. It says, "Beloved, believe not every spirit, but try the spirits whether they are of the Most High." Now, how do you try the spirit? You engage them with the word, okay, and see whether or not it resonates with them, because only an Israelite can receive the truth of the scriptures and its understanding, okay? A natural Gentile is going to have some sort of gripe or discrepancy. And then furthermore, we're after the elect of the Most High anyways. So this, the word and the ministry is really a filter, okay, not only for the nations, okay, because they're totally excluded, but also for the Israelites in whom the Lord is going to have to destroy on this side, because they're just not part of the elect. But we do that through the word, okay? That's how we really draw Israel in, okay? And you see that now in different camps. And I could even be an example of that, man, because I don't particularly look like a traditional Israelite. But you could bet your bottom dollar, man, I believe wholeheartedly in the prophecies and in the word. And I've been teaching, strong for several, years. Of course, my experience pales in comparison to the apostles. But, the point is, I've stayed consistent in my belief. I'm not shaken nor stirred, and a lot of brothers coming into the faith, will deal with that controversy, right? You got Jake's coming up to the camp. What tribe are you from? What tribe are you from, right? And as an encouragement to brothers and sisters that might have a likeness to a heathen nation, don't let that discourage you, all right? Just, participate the way you can in the faith, trust in the name of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, all right? And, combat those thoughts and those demons and those naysayers, with the truth, man, because the Lord is dealing with prophecy. And part of the prophecy is that Israel is going to come from among the nations to embrace their heritage again. As a matter of fact, from here, we're going to go into that as well. All right. So it says, "But try the spirits whether they are the Most High, because many false prophets are gone out into the world." Right. And what's an indication that, of a false prophet if they're not teaching the right doctrine? How many guys would look at a particular person and disqualify them for being an Israelite merely on their likeness, merely on their appearance? There's a lot of them out there, okay? There's a lot of them out there. And I've seen examples, man. We've seen examples. We don't teach that here because not everything is about color. Now, where color is to be applied for truth's sake, of course, we get into it, right? So when it comes to our Lord, we cover that because the Lord was a dark-skinned man from the tribe of Judah. That's undeniable. The Lord did not have leprosy, okay? The Edomite image that we see today of Caesar Borgia, which goes back to really Serapis Christus, is an illustration of an Edomite. He's not the anointed, okay? And our Lord did not have leprosy, all right? Edomites have leprosy, okay? Which is a lack of pigmentation in their skin that the oxygenated blood shows through, giving them that red appearance. So the Lord wasn't an Edomite. So for where color needs to be applied, we apply it, all right? But in terms of Israel and where they're scattered, right, and being subject to their environment, we need to go into the scriptures as we are here and, teach the right things in terms of our people, okay? Because our people are scattered amongst the nations, all right? And the truth is what's going to be, the truth is what's going to draw them out, all right? We're going to read verse 2. "Hereby know ye the Spirit of the Most High," all right? Here's how you're going to be able to identify the Spirit of the Lord. "Every spirit that confesseth that Yahweh Shai, Hamashiach, is come in the flesh, is of the Most High," right? You got a lot of people, okay, in different ways denying that the Lord even came in the flesh, right? Oh, we don't know what the Lord looked like, right? That's one primary example of how they deny the Lord, okay? So that's not of the Spirit of the Lord. That's the spirit of the Antichrist, okay? So from there, let's see. Let's jump to John 7:24. It says, "Judge not according to the appearance, but judge righteous judgment." And the way that we judge righteous judgment is by filtering the word of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai and bringing it out accordingly, all right? Not of our own opinion, not of our own mind, not of our own emotion. That gets set aside, all right? And we teach what needs to be taught. So let's just look at this word appearance real quick. Right there, outward appearance. So here, okay, is a perfect example. Don't judge according to the outward appearance. Don't judge based upon what something looks like, right? Example 1, example 2, all right? And if you can't tell by the flavor that these artists possess, I mean, you're not seeing things through a spiritual lens, okay? So from there, what did I say I would like to get? Okay, Isaiah 14, right? So it says, for the Lord will have mercy on Jacob, Yaquab, right? The Israelites, and will yet choose Israel. He's not dealing with any other nation. And that's another clear indication that, examples like these, are really Israelites, because again, we are chosen out of the earth. We are the peculiar people. We're the salt of the earth. We possess immense amounts of talent to where the other nations look up to us and want to emulate everything that we do, everything that we say. Okay? No other nation possesses that ability, man. And you listen to this music, man, it's like, whoa, it has a whole vibration, okay? And it's very elevating, okay? Such in the case of our people, people make everything a lot more appealing, right? A lot more exciting, all right? A lot more vibrant, because that's the spirit. That's really the spirit of an Israelite, as opposed to the heathen, which are compared to be like nothing, a drop of a bucket, right? We know Esau's the devil. He brings nothing but death and lowness, okay, of the negative sort. So it says, and set them in their own land, right? Because our land is the land of Israel, which is currently being inhabited by imposters, as well as other heathen nations that the Lord is going to destroy and take out of that land, all right? And it's going to be rebuilt back up in righteousness once, the Lord cleanses it with thermonuclear destruction, all right? It says, and the strangers shall be joined with them. The strangers, again, is the representation of your Israelite foreigners who are scattered amongst these other nations, all right? It says, shall be joined with them. Right, they're going to embrace their heritage of being an Israelite, okay, according to the Spirit. This is exactly why you can't just look at the flesh and then deny whether or not somebody's an Israelite. You just got to teach. And if they gravitate to it and they get consistent and they actually start to build themselves up, then, they're Israelite. Because the Lord ain't going to get what the Lord said. He ain't going to cast these jewels before swine, all right? So he ain't going to be giving no heathen the true understanding of prophecy and then embrace it and teach it and keep the things in which the Lord told us to keep, which are the commandments. Who was the law given to? By default, it's in our spirit to keep commandments, to keep laws, okay? It's in our spirit to want to strive for perfection and righteousness and do what's acceptable in the sight of the Lord. That's not, that doesn't resonate, okay, with the heathen. Okay, that's why they're going to be forced to do it in the kingdom, and they're going to be emulating the position that we're in now, which, we're struggling because we're in this flesh. All right. It says, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. Okay. Again, this is why I'm illustrating this in the first place, because a lot of these different individuals who might have the likeness or appearance of a heathen are going to really be Israelites, providing that we're teaching the right doctrine. We got to make sure that we're not, overthrowing their faith, okay, by teaching the false things, That's why we have to get really into it, That's why we say so-called white or so-called, okay? We have to be able to distinguish between these things and build up the faith of the Israelite foreigners who are not going to look like traditional Israelites, okay? It says, and the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them. Right, because our people are going into a position of power forever. The dominion of the nation of Israel is going to be forever and ever under Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, beginning with 144,000 elect men. All right, and we're going to put the other nations, the actual heathen, in captivity, beginning with Esau, Edom, okay? And that's going to be their position on the earth, all right? Perpetual slaves. And Esau is going to experience a period of 1,000 years of torment and slavery, and then he's going to be done away with, all right? But it says in the heathen okay, are going to just be perpetual tributaries and slaves to the Israelites, and they're going to serve us forevermore. It says, them possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids. There you go. And they shall take them captives, okay, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors, right? The main oppressor is the Edomite. And we're going to put them in captivity as prophecy says. Now, without further ado, let's go ahead and listen to this other group. Just listen to a few seconds, get a feel, get a vibe for it, and you'll see exactly what I'm trying to illustrate here. Totally different spirit. You're not going to convince me that a heathen came up with an arrangement like this. Okay? So I'm going to just go ahead and kill this now. And if y'all want to, go ahead and listen to it afterwards, be my guest. So from there, we're going to go into the prophecy, all right, of how we were scattered. This is the book of Deuteronomy 28 and 65. And this is the things that the Lord said was going to happen to us if we were not to keep the commandments. And this is why our people look like this. Okay, because it's a part of the curses. And remember, the curses are unique to the Israelites. All right, they're not unique to the heathen. Okay, although the curses are going to eventually fall upon the heathen, and in certain circumstances, they already have begun to fall on the heathen. But the curses are unique to us. They're a distinguishing sign that we are the Israelites, because the things that are written in the curses have only happened to us. They're unique to us. Okay. Such as being this talented, this gifted, and then having to be trapped in this, this Edomite flesh, man. But this is Deuteronomy 28 and 64. And the Lord, Yahweh, shall scatter thee among all people. Okay, and actually, for brothers that want to, and sisters too, you want to get further into it, read Isaiah the 11th chapter, because it really goes into how the Lord was going to recover the remnant of the Israelites scattered amongst those different nations written about in Isaiah the 11th chapter, okay? So go take a look at that. It says, and the Lord Yahweh shall scatter thee among all people from the one end of the earth even unto the other. And there shalt thou serve other gods, which many of our people, being, that they taken on the likeness and characteristics and environment of these heathen, this is exactly what they do. You got Israelites from all walks of life serving other entities, other powers outside of their own. Okay, so not only have they been suffering, this curse in terms of their appearance, but also their antics, their behavior, and their spirituality has been perverted by worshiping that of the other, gods, which are really not gods, but, it's a left-handed vibration that our people are under to worship different religions, and things of that nature, all right? But it says, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone. Right, exactly. People, our people are heavily into Islam. Our people are heavy into Christianity, which is really what the wood and stone represents. A lot of those are the main two, religions, if you will, or belief systems, or unbelief systems would be proper, more proper to say. That's the two things that our people really get involved in. Our people are either, Christians, so-called, or into Islam. But, our people, they're even atheists, a lot of our people. They serve themselves. They serve their own belly. They've taken on that philosophy, which if they continue in that, the Lord is going to destroy them. But nevertheless, the point has been made. It said that our people are going to be scattered. Here's a illustration of that. You got two groups. They had the likeness of Edomites, but in my personal opinion, going in the spirit and filtering it through the scriptures, all right, they represent Israelite foreigners, and they're distinguished by their immense ability, as per the scriptures. And, this is what we have to take into account, that appearance is not everything. When you have a brother or sister come up to the camp and they're diligently inquiring the truth, we have to teach it, man, all right? We have to teach it. We can't deny them their faith, okay, because of whatever personal feelings we have, you know. And you know, you got Israelites out there right now that are doing that, you know. They're suppressing the Israelite foreigners because they're not teaching that not everything is based upon your outward man, all right, or outward appearance. So one more. This is Hosea 8:8. It says, Israel is swallowed up. Israel is swallowed up. Now shall they be among the Gentiles as a vessel wherein is no pleasure. Right. So our people have been, again, swallowed up or scattered. The word scattered, okay, means to be spread abroad. They're amongst the Gentiles. They're amongst the natural Gentiles. They're amongst the heathen. All right. And not only have they adopted the ways and the characteristics of the heathen, they've also taken on the likeness of the heathen as well. All right. But again, we read the prophecy that the strangers are going to join themselves back to the house of Jacob. And the only way that's possible is if we're teaching the doctrine accordingly so that they can build themselves in the faith too. All right, so I'm going to leave it there. I hope you brothers and few sisters that might be listening were edified. I want to give all honor, glory, and praise unto Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. All right, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and shalom to the hopeful elect.